I'll put the link in the gacha and the gacha. I'll put the link to the video in the chat if you guys want to check it out. Give them a view. It's a good one. But we're gonna be reacting to this video. 24 gacha dead. It's probably that happened this month. I am curious to see what gacha games have died, and if there's any that I can recognize. So let's go. Let's see how this goes.
Gacha games are literally dropping like flies. When I first got introduced into the gacha genre, I never anticipated gacha games to shut down as frequently as they were released.
Well, that's because there's just so many of them. It's free money. Like, I know I've played gacha games for a while, and the reality is lots of companies make gacha games just to get that initial hype for, like, the first month, and then they don't care, just have it die, because it's already made them the money they wanted. I know plenty of gachas that worked like that and did that, and that's why you see so many shut down over and over again, because some of them are just quick buck until they're no longer profitable, and they are dropped like flies.
In this instance, over the course of the last 2 months, more frequently than they're being released. Last month, I did a video titled A Gacha Massacre, 10 gacha games shutting down this month. 2 weeks ago, Gacha Devastation, 9 gacha games shutting down this month. That was 19 gacha games over the course of approximately 5 weeks.
And now we have 24 gachas that are dead? Okay. Well, it isn't all about NF brand shutting down. Verge while GP going. I think the last one I saw, I don't know if it was the 10 one or the 9 one. He did have some GP ones that just shut down. But I'm not too sure, but we're gonna see.
That is fucking crazy. And now, just 2 weeks later, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different gacha games that have announced they are shutting down.
Oh, okay.
For a cumulative total of 24 gacha games in a 5-week period.
It's not actually
24.
24 in a 5 week.
Wrap your head around that. Given there have only been approximately 4 or 5 gacha games that have been released within that same time frame. Before we go ahead and jump into another devastating video, I want to take a moment here to thank our incredible patrons.
By the way, I would recommend subscribing to this channel. If you like gachas. It's a really good channel. They have loads of updates when new gachas come out. It's a good way to, if you like gachas, so that you can get yourself updated with new gachas. The gacha that I am playing today later, once we get through the videos, I saw it through this channel, so there you go. The channel's pretty good if you like gachas, because they have news all the time.
Patrons over on Patreon who allow for me to continue to push out videos like this every single day. Also, if you have a moment, consider following me on Twitch, where I stream new gacha games like this every weekend, or at the very least most weekends. So let's start this off with Closers RT.
Closers?
Now, Closers
oh
RT
yeah, that
New
one.
Order. I actually did a video on this, I think. It was just like 2 days ago. Maybe it was more recent than that.
Closers... Closers, I didn't play it. I mean, I would not have had time to play it. It closed 2 days after release. 2 days. I made fun of what was it? The Lightworks gacha that died after 7 months. Meanwhile, here's a gacha that died in 2 days. It's like, wow. I really did not.
Yeah. Right here, 2 days ago.
That's insane.
Titled, "This new gacha is dead in 2 days." And that is because Closers RT New Order launched, and within literally 48 hours, the developer issued an end of service announcement when he went on to state he was sorry, showcasing his unsatisfactory sides.
I wonder if there was like some legal stuff.
He wasn't keeping a close look
the game to shut
on the game's
down.
development and the overall service. And the game launched to $19,000 in earnings over a 48-hour period. It was such a catastrophic launch that they had to completely shut the game down 2 days after launch. I don't know specifics because I'm not in active communication with Nautic Games, who are the developers in charge of both Closers Online and Closers RT New Order, but they did release a public announcement where they went on to state they were refunding everyone that made a purchase over that 48-hour window where the game was currently open and available.
I don't really believe that they shut it down simply because the first 2 days were bad. I find that hard to believe. It's much more believable that there was some legal stuff happening behind scenes that resulted in the game having to be shut down, because otherwise there'd be big consequences. I don't think 2 days is enough. Like, I just don't see it that happening. If it were a month of it going bad, then sure. But 2 days, I feel like that's too short to immediately find out. Because people's... it's not like a game comes out and it's like people immediately know what the game is about. Word of mouth needs to come out for people to even find interest. So I don't really believe that this is a case where the game just had a bad reception and it had to be shut down. I feel like this is more like legal stuff happened behind scenes. Maybe some contracts, music stuff, voice acting stuff, maybe even some... 3D work stuff that should not have been used.
Now, this is actually incredibly depressing because Closers Online was a great MMO when I played it, and Closers New Order had some very attractive character models. Like,
okay,
I was genuinely excited to get to at least try this game out. I mean, I'm glad I didn't, given it shut down.
Is it just me, or do I just look at all these models and I just find them a bit boring? I feel like I've seen these characters in like, how should I say it, 10 different other gacha games. I feel very generic designs. I mean, literally, what is this? This girl here is just pigtail tsundere girl that you see. This is the lolly with big weapon. This is just a Gundam with skin suit girl. This is just a naughty big breasted girl. It's like I see these designs everywhere in gacha games, and this was just a cool girl with axe. I feel like I've seen these designs over and over again. They don't particularly feel inspiring to me.
But at the same time, like, these characters are just so full of life and personality.
Sure.
And it's a shame we'll never get to really test them out as thoroughly as we'd like. Then, Space Leaper Cocoon.
Space Leaper Cocoon.
This is a game I've never heard of. Very interesting looking game based off of some of the images. Another game bursting with personality. So,
hold on.
This is a game I've never heard of.
That look, is this a color matching game? Feels like it's a color matching game.
Very interesting looking game based off of some of the images. Another
character designs are cool, at least. I will say the characters here feel a lot more unique. But the game seems like it's just a color matching game, which is, you know, there is its demographic. I'm not sure the demographic for that game is the ones that you'll find in gacha games, though.
Game bursting with personality. So, Space Leaper Cocoon will be shutting down on June 28th after months of maintenance mode. We'll compensate players that decide to move to Space Leaper Reboot in the future. So, hold on, wait, before we go,
okay, they're just launching a reboot.
We would like to thank you for your
reboot.
support
Got
and
it.
enjoyment of Space Leaper Cocoon. Today, we very much regret to announce that the connection between the proxies
just
and
making a
Cocoon
different
will be
version.
permanently severed. Though we may be parting ways, we're glad to have supported the connections that proxies have made between themselves and treasure the time we spent together. We're grateful for every meeting and wish you well in the future. So,
this is what FGO needs.
What they're saying is, we have Space Leaper Cocoon. This game didn't do that well. We're going to shut the game down after being in maintenance mode for months. We're going to, at a later date, create a new game called Space Leaper Reboot. This might be a remake. This might be them just rebooting the servers and relaunching the game under a slightly altered title. And if you play our new game, we will compensate you to some extent, whether it's with a little bit of in-game currency, whether it's with a special outfit, who knows? But
yeah, I've seen games that do this. This is nothing new.
You returning and continuing to play,
of course,
a game that you already played
in an
attempt to boost the popularity of their newly released, older, already shut down game. That is a disaster in the making. The characters are weirdly,
girl?
like, what am I looking at? This reminds me of
That's just a bunny girl.
Panty and Stalking. How many of you guys watch
Panty and Stalking?
Because that is what this first one reminds me of.
I can see it.
Apparently, this is kind of popular because there's a lot of fan art of it. Oh my
That is true. There's a lot of fan art.
Wow.
But that doesn't say anything.
Then we have an Innocence.
I remember another game that had also a decent amount of fan art, but I was also mostly because they were that specific game. I don't even know if they still exist, but that specific game, and I also don't remember the name, but that specific game had loads of contests for fan artists. So they would be like, hey, for this month, draw art of our characters, and you will receive prizes for the winner if you're like in the top 5 or something. So there would be loads of fan art, even though the game doesn't really have that much of a player base. Because they would just give prizes to people who did fan art. So I don't necessarily think that fan art is a direct correlation to popularity.
Now, Innocence is I did a video on Innocence just a few months ago. Yeah, 3 months ago. And I went on to state that the game was actually, you know that. Oh my god, my hair was.
I'm seeing a reaction side of a reaction.
Told me my hair looked that bad.
Innocence is much worse than I thought.
The game was very hard and.
Was very hard. Why are we stopping here?
Yeah, I remember. Yep. Yep, I remember that.
I mean, it looks fine to me.
It's one of the only good things about the game. Now, the game was kind of boring. It was just like a horizontal scrolling action game where you just kind of mash, like, let it auto battle or just mash like one button over and over. It was incredibly boring.
It looks good, but I could see the
Nothing
gameplay.
At all about it that
You're just tapping the screen all the time.
Only a few months ago, and it is already shutting down on August 25th. This game was online for a couple months only. We have decided to terminate the service on Friday, August 25th. We apologize for contacting you so suddenly. It was sudden. Asabimo are admittedly known for making some pretty good quality games. They made what? Torum Online,
Never heard of it.
Online, Izanagi.
Never heard of it.
Izanagi? I forget. A lot of MMOs. So it's actually genuinely
MMOs are not the same as gacha games, so...
Especially given the MMOs that they've created. Torum Online, Avabel Online, Arcus Online, Aruna Online, all having released, like, in the last 10 to 15 years, still remaining online. These are all games that have existed for 10, 15 years, and this game can't make it 6 months through its life. Graphically, the game was actually not bad either, so
an MMO is not the same as a gacha game.
But at the same time, like outside
very different type of target audience.
It was kind of a shit game. And then finally, Kamehime Project and Rebel Spy got end of service announcements. Let's see, Kamehime Project.
I'm pretty sure that's only. Wait, is this safe for work?
As of the 14th of June, Kamehime Project is no longer available on Jonet. Literally,
hold on. This is not safe for work. I know the site. Actually, was just there today, checking out different stuff. Oh god, this site is not safe for work. Do not go there. What is this? I mean, the video's on YouTube. Surely I will be fine.
Holy shit! Nothing on. Not even like a post.
Do not click on Google Images. That is oh, hold on. Hold on. I mean, it's on YouTube, right? Surely this will not be an issue. Oh god, please.
Or something. What is this game? Okay, this game actually looks like a browser game.
This game is very old. This game started as a Eroge game. It's been here for over 10 years. I tried it back then when it came out. It's not that good of a game. There you go. It's still popular on GP though. So popular. It's popular among the Eroge scene of mobile. Well, is it a mobile game? No, it's a browser game. It's popular among Eroge browser games, I guess.
Yeah, this game is absolute trash. Looks trash. It might not be trash, but it looks like trash.
I think the one thing about this game that's like the one thing that really put me off about this game is that, oh boy, is the Eroge not. I think The game actually does look good, and the combat's not too bad, but boy is the Eroge bad. The worst part of the game is the Eroge, which is funny because it's an Eroge game. Oh boy, I could go on details as to what makes it bad, but once I will say, there's a specific type of people that really do enjoy this type of Eroge. I am not one of them. I do not like NTR. Oh boy.
I understand why they shut this down. I guarantee you barely anyone played it. The other one,
no.
Zwei.
The English version,
They're
probably.
done by the same developer, which...
What was that sound?
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Okay, it was him. For a second, I was scared.
2
Rebless.
stars out of 100 review. Oh, they got some.
Oh, this is also an Eroge game. Although this one, I think,
This
didn't.
is crazy.
Was this bad? I don't
There were
remember.
a lot. I feel like there was a lot of. Yeah. Wait, did I accidentally? I feel like there's a lot of reason to like this game. Like, so many reasons.
I'm pretty sure this
I
is
feel
also
like,
an Eroge game.
Yeah,
But
they're
this one, I
just,
think,
they're
I-
just infinite reasons
Oh
to
yeah, I
like this game.
remember. Yeah, this is an Eroge game. I remember playing this one too.
Like
Trying it out. But it just felt generic. Like, the Eroge scene is very saturated in terms of these type of games. It's always the same type
Dude,
of
I
game,
wonder if
playing
there's
with
anywhere I
different
can,
type of
like,
characters.
download another version of this game from, because I'm not saying this is necessarily
Man, this
a
is
good
so
game.
dangerous.
I'm
At
just saying
any
that
moment, a
I'm sure I
very
can
not safe for
find,
work image could show up.
1 or 2 reasons to invest a little bit of time into the game to really test it out. Now that is a whole lot of gacha
Also, I'm
games
pretty sure this game
shutting
had
down.
lots of NTR
24
too, which is
over the course
another
of the
reason
last
why I
5
stayed
weeks.
away from it.
And we have a grand total of 5 gacha games, I think, to replace them with. One of which I actually just did a video on yesterday, Brown Dust 2, that is launching in the next, I don't know, week or so.
Wait,
I
what?
urge you to go ahead and check out. If you haven't already, it is a gacha game that I genuinely had a lot of fun in.
Hold on, it's coming out in the next week. Well, that's the game I wanted to try out. Oh shit, maybe I can't play it. Well, we'll find out if I can play it or not.
Or I guess just 8 days ago, I also tested out Idoli Pride, which recently launched as well. Both of which I urge you to go ahead and take a look at. Now,
Idol and
it's always
Pride.
sad to see
Okay,
a
we could
gacha
check
game
that
shut
out.
down, but it's never sad to see
Not really
bad
that
gacha
sad.
games shut down.
Yeah.
So ultimately, in the grand scheme of things,
There's a few
don't
gacha
think
games
this really
that I'm sad
matters.
they shut down.
Now, if none of these
but their
games are
GP
of
didn't.
interest to you, then that is perfectly fine. I urge you to go ahead and click
Gonna
one of the
give
2
it a-
videos on
give
screen
them a
right now
like.
that might hopefully be of more interest to you.
Do give a check out on this guy, this channel. It's pretty cool. If you like gachas, you'll probably like this channel because it does give lots of information on gacha games. Which game? Games. What? I opened all his FGUs for later already. I don't know what he says about FGO. I've only seen a few, and he's mostly neutral about it, whereas, like, he just says the statistics. The shutdown gachas you care about. Well, most of them are Eroge, so you're definitely not gonna know them. And they're also super old. Probably, how old was I back then? Well, I think it was like 7, 8 years ago. So there you go. They shut down. One of them was a card game. It was actually an Eroge based on a card game. I like card games, so that immediately got my attention. And it was fun. I enjoyed it, but I knew it wasn't that popular because card games are not popular. Because, like, Eroge itself is already a niche. Card games in itself are also a niche. So you're like with a niche within a niche. So the game did not work that well and eventually just shut down. Which was a shame because I actually did enjoy the game a lot. Because I guess I am the niche within a niche. As for I don't even remember that other now. The other one though that did shut down was an NA one that shut down, but the GP still going pretty strong. And the name, I think they have. I'm pretty sure they have a safe for work version. Let me seek the name. I think it's Millennium Aegis. Millennium Aegis. They have a safe for work version, so it should be fine. Millennium War Aegis. I think it's this. Yeah. Millennium War Aegis. Now, I do have to be careful. Because, this is not safe for work. Don't see any problematic image here. Just making sure. Just opening up, making sure I don't F up and get myself banned. Gotta be careful here. You gotta be the meat and whole cause at the same time, shut. Yeah, I could kind of show off. So this is the other game. This game is still going in GP, but the NA version shut down. Probably because it just wasn't popular. It is a tower defense where your towers are waifus. It's actually a very fun game, but only GP version now exists, and turns out when you can't understand what you're reading, it becomes less interesting. But it's a tower defense. You basically put the it's not showing well, but hold on. You basically, the enemies would be moving towards your goal, and you would place waifus, and you would and that's it. This is the gameplay, and then it's just your regular gacha style. Let me grab this one. This was probably a more indicative way to show off. You know, you just put your characters, you have different classes, some are ranged, some are melee, and it was fun. They all have unique skills, passive skills, active skills. It was very fun. Like Arknights. That it's still the NA audience, like Arknight. This game, like, it's important to know, this is an old game. This existed way before FGO came out. Like, this is old. This is an old game. Arknights did not exist back then. But yes, it's kind of like Arknights. It was good. But unfortunately, the NA version kind of just died. And that's sad. But, you know, it is what it is. Unfortunately. Did NA die after Arknights? No, it's one of those things. Like, Heroic stuff is always very peculiar. Because, you know, in the West, the Heroic scene is a lot more niche than it is in the East, especially in Japan. In Japan, the Heroic scene is a lot larger than the entire West, so they will always make more money out of the Eastern side than in the Western side. And also, just because a game is popular in the East doesn't mean it's gonna be popular in the West. That's something I learned very quickly. This game is very popular still in Japan. Like, whenever I go check out their at Fanza Games, I think that's the site, Fanza Games. This game is almost always like top 3. It's either at first place, second place, or third place. Rarely is it below, and it's been like that ever since its release. And but when it came to NA, it wasn't that popular because turns out people don't want to play strategy when they're looking through porn or going through Eroge. Then it's kind of sad because when you look at what's popular in terms of Eroge in the NA, in terms of gachas, it's such basic shit. It really melts my brain off. It's like everything's like AFK arena. It's like AFK. Every game is like a AFK arena of Eroge. It's just everything is autoplay. Nothing's happening. It's just numbers going, showing up in the game, and that's it. And it's so boring. Meanwhile, like actual decent games never survive for very long. Just sad, but you know, to each their own. This was a nice memory trip. They also have such amazing character designs. Oh, did you know this? Oh, also, I don't know if you know this, but this game made a crossover with they made a collab with the Ran series. So technically, you could play with Rance as a character, as well as other characters from the Rance series in this game. They also have a Safe for Work version in GP, not in NA. No Safe for Work NA version. Anyway, let's not delve more into this, because, oh boy, that could go south very quickly if I'm not careful there. I do not want to grab the wrong image there and get myself banned.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, wait. No, not 4 yet. 4, 5.